Hi, I'm Mayor Ron Rukowski. This morning I have with me Dave Kerber, a newly elected council member from District 2. He may be newly elected, but he's been here before. He and I started on council in 2003 together, and he served the full 8 years, the last one with me as mayor, thanks to his nomination and the unanimous vote of the council. Thank you, David.
Morning.
Morning. Would you tell the visitors of our website how you first came to Colorado?
I went to the Air Force Academy. That was my first view of Colorado, and about 3 months in, I decided I was going to stay in Colorado forever, because as I was standing in ranks and the wind was blowing, someone from the south said, "It's so cold, it's so cold." And I said, if this is cold, this is the place for me. So I graduated from the Air Force Academy and then went to Duke Law School. And then when I got out of the Air Force, came back to Colorado with my wife and 1.5 children, and have been here ever since.
And that 1.5 has doubled to 3.
It has indeed, 3 girls.
Would you tell our viewers why you decided to run again for council, having previously served?
Well, I hadn't thought of ever getting back in the community realm. As you know, you do your time and then it's time for someone else. But as a result of the development issues that arose that many of the citizens know about, a number of people asked me if I could represent them and take their vision forward. And there was a concern that that whoever was going to represent them on council is that they would represent them and what they wanted and what kind of city they wanted. And since I had been on council before and had the experience and had represented them, they trusted me, I think. At least they elected me. So,
what can your constituents expect from you over the next 2 years?
You know, I think they expect me to communicate with them. I think they expect me to be a spokesman for their way of life. And their way of life, as we see it in Greenwood Village, is it's an open space, it's a parks, it's a trails, it's a beauty, it's a natural environment, and all the while protecting them from the inevitable incursions of urban life. We have a perfect situation in Greenwood Village right now, I think. You know, we're an oasis. A word I always use is living in the country in the city. And what we need to do is have that balance so that we can have our residents be able to live in the country, but at the same time have all the amenities that city people have. You know, we can go downtown in 20 minutes and we can go to the theater, we can go to the baseball game, but we can still go back to our houses and see the mountains and watch the hawks and the owls and everything like that.
What do you like most about the city, your district, and your neighborhood?
It is the open space. You know, many people, they like buildings. I think our people, and what I like about it is every morning when I get up, I get on my street on Berry, which is where I live, and I have a beautiful view of the mountains. It's a view that people pay thousands of dollars to come to Colorado to see. I get that every morning, and my residents do as well. And as we're walking through, whether it's Monaco Park or Running Fox Park or Westlands Park or the Highline Canal, all those areas give you a sense of space and peace. And in this busy world where there's so many incursions on you, so many hassles, so many things like that, it's a place of peace and it's a great place to live.
What do you foresee as the city's challenges, some would say, like me, opportunities coming up in the near and far future?
It's to have that balance. It's to be able to keep that open space, spatial, rural, suburban, while at the same time being in the middle of a city, with traffic incursions and development from other municipalities and from I-25, and to get that balance. So one neighbor said, "I really love living in the city, but I don't like going out of the neighborhood because it's so hard, it's so dangerous." And what we need to do is to have that balance to try to get it so that people can operate in our commercial areas and through the area, because we're just a small part.
You've used the word balance a couple times. Is that on one end of Thoreau, Walden Pond, and the other end Zeckendorf in New York City?
I think so. I think so. You know, in this day and age, it's so easy to stand on the right or the left and people are firmly on each camp. The hardest place to be is on top of the fence. But it's the right place. You know, people talk about water. You know, water, if you don't have any water, you're going to die of thirst. It says, but if you have too much water, you drown. So you need to have that. If you take that analogy, it's true in all political things. It's true in life and everything. You need to have that balance. And that's what's really, really hard. And that's our challenges going forward.
Is there anything that we haven't covered that you'd like our viewers to know about the Dave Kerber I know?
Well, I want to tell you, Ron, that I play the fiddle. And I play the banjo. And people ask me why. And I say, because I want to. Which kind of like reflecting back politically, it's people in my neighborhood, they say, I want to live a certain way. And people say, well, why? And they say, because I want to. And I think that's the essence of life, really, that as representatives of the city, we want to have our residents live as best they can the way they want to. Now, you can't always live the way you want to, you know, when you have all these people together. But to the extent we can, we need to focus on that so that people have a happy life. And that's, I think, what our role is.
Thank you very much for coming, Dave. It's been really great. Thank you.